It's the end of 2022, and before 2023 starts, it's really important for me to go back and revisit the goals that I told you about last year, see what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish. As a reminder, I use the 3x3 goal setting method. It's a set method that I established that works for me. I encourage you to test it out and tell me if it works for you or not. So today we're going back to 2022 and see what we have accomplished. All right, as a reminder, here are my 2022 goals. The 3 areas of interest are professional, financial, and personal. And under each of those 3 headings, I have 3 goals. So we'll start out with the first one, professional. For my professional goals, I wanted to introduce a new class, work on a paper with a student or students, and then build connections with high schools around Northern Kentucky. So as far as introducing a new class, I'm happy to report that Econ 309 has been introduced at Northern Kentucky University, and the goal of this class is to introduce students to concepts of data analysis, coding, data visualization, and accessing publicly available data sets. The reviews have been amazing from the students that have taken the class in the past before it was introduced when it was an experimental class. It's been a success. I love teaching the class. In fact, I start teaching in a couple of days, and I'm excited for my students. This year, I have 30 students registered in the class. It's going to be a blast. As far as goal number 2 under professional, working on a paper with a student, Brooklyn Stevens and I actually have a paper under review right now. It's gone through the first revisions, and hopefully we'll hear some good news here in the near future. It's been a while since it's been under review, and we're anticipating a hit anytime soon, hopefully good news. If you haven't seen my interview with Brooklyn Stevens, I'll link to it below, or it's going to be up here. Make sure to check it out. It's a great interview with a former student of mine who's doing amazing these days. Building connections with high schools. When I was a director for the Center for Economic Education, this was a big objective of mine. It still remains an objective of mine. However, the responsibility has been passed on to Mr. Goss. Mr. Goss joined us last July as the new director for the Center for Economic Education, and he is leading those initiatives. My new role, I've been promoted to Interim Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Research. It's a change in objectives, something that I didn't think was going to be possible for me last January. And that's the amazing thing about life is things change, you pivot, goals that you never thought would be goals become goals of yours. So it's just been an exciting ride. All right, let's move on to the second main category, which is financial. Under financial, I had 3 goals: stop saving, build a new LLC, and then investment properties. So stop saving, let's talk about that. Honestly, I was heavily invested in cash and I had too much savings, and as economists, we recognize that there's opportunity cost of savings, in the sense that if it's in the form of cash, that means you're not investing it, means you're not earning a return on it. And with inflation that we were experiencing, still are experiencing, cash savings are depreciating my purchasing power. So one of my goals for last year was to be a little bit more aggressive with my savings or investments. So this kind of relates to that third goal of investment properties. I shifted my savings from cash to investment properties. As far as LLCs, check, that was done. My investment and business activities are all under one or several LLCs, but I am more organized. And when you have your own business, it's important for you to make sure that they are maintaining the right liabilities and the right activities under the right LLCs. So last year was getting my house in order, if you may, and making sure that I was well organized with my LLCs. Let's talk about investment properties. I drank the real estate Kool-Aid in 2022. Like most people, I got heavily invested in real estate. I might have bought and sold way too many properties for my liking. And the reason being is, when you're short-term buying and selling, you incur a lot of transaction fees and you don't have enough of growth in your investment to compensate for those transaction fees. So while on paper it looked like a very successful year, it was a bit of a headache. So this year I'm staying away a little bit from the real estate market and trying to make sure that I just make sure that these properties are cash flowing and growing and that business is sustainable in the long run. Did manage to meet most of these goals and under financial. I'm super excited about that and excited to figure out what my financial goals are for 2023. Come back to that for next week. All right, on the personal aspect, this was a bit of a struggle. So the first one was take 3 one-week vacations. Kind of met that goal, but not really. So I took one week vacation during the summer, went to Boston, New Hampshire, and it was a lot of fun, enjoyed it. But when August came around, when I was supposed to be taking my second one-week vacation with my new job role and my new duties, I was not able to accomplish that. So didn't meet that one. And then for winter break, I decided not to go anywhere. I decided to stay home and make sure that I relax and prepare for 2023. So I guess it was a staycation, but I did take the 1 week off. So 2 out of 3 weeks, I will call that a success. Next year, maybe a little bit more aggressive with these and make them more experiential trips. I really want to go to the West Coast or Colorado. I want to be outdoors next year. So we'll see. Goal number 2 under personal was to set a day a week to connect. And this was actually easy to accomplish. My new job role forces me to be at work from 8:15 to 4:30. And I actually love that because it sets boundaries. My previous life as a faculty member, you had a lot of flexibility, and having a lot of flexibility meant that your professional life and your personal life bled together. Created a situation where you were always actually working. You never took days off. So with this new boundary setting of the new job, at 4:30 when I'm done, I have to be done. So I could be prepared at 8:15 when I come in the next day, full of energy to take on the new day. It also forces me to take the weekends off, because if I don't take the weekends off, then I'm exhausted the next week and I cannot perform well at work. So one thing that I realized this year is boundaries are really important and I need to set them better moving forward. The third personal goal was to do with this YouTube channel, and looking back at it, the goal was to build an authentic YouTube channel. I frankly am not sure what that means. I'm still trying to reflect and think about what was I thinking in early 2022 when I said build an authentic YouTube channel. We've seen a lot of growth in this YouTube channel, and I think it's important for me to set a little bit more realistic goals, whether it's content quality, frequency, consistency. But building an authentic YouTube channel is not what we call a SMART goal. So it was bound to be a failed goal. So it's one of those situations where previous me probably thought they knew what they were talking about. Current me has no idea what that means. So I love the 3x3 goal setting method. It works for me. It might be too many different, that's 9 different goals. That might be too much for you. You might want to start with, 4 goals, 2x2 method, and grow from there. But whatever your strategy is, this is a good time to set your goals for 2023, and I hope you crush them. Leave a comment below. Tell me what one goal you want to accomplish this year, and if there's any way that we could work together to accomplish that goal, I'd love to hear that. See you all next week when I share with you my 2023 goals.